pockets are stylish. While we repping the island.
Hey guys, it's your girl Nadiva back with another video, and this time this is a braid with me whilst I give you my top 5 tips for knotless braids. You need to keep these 5 tips in mind if you are thinking of doing knotless braids in your own hair or even doing it in someone else's hair. So I just want to let you know what I'm using. So my sister wanted knotless braids in a brownie blondie colour, so I used human hair on the ends, curly body wave human hair on the ends, and it is a mixture of brown and blonde tones. It will be in a collection that I'm about to release shortly. I'm not rushing it, but these colours are awesome and the hair is really good. You can get it wet, you can do absolutely anything with this hair. It's very good virgin hair, so I would recommend this if you are trying to do knotless braids that you want to keep in for a long time. Right, now for the root, I used synthetic braiding hair. I used the brand Expressions and I mixed a few colours to achieve this. I mixed color 27 with color 4 and color 6, so it gave that nice mix that is also in the human hair, so it looks very natural. So let's start with tip number 1. Tip number 1 for achieving very professional looking knotless braids is that you need to make sure when you are making your knotless braids, you make sure that you're not adding too much hair at one time, especially at the roots. Do not add big chunks of hair in the roots because it will cause a bump and make the hair look lumpy, and as an effect of that, it makes your style look very unprofessional. And we don't want that, guys. We do not want that. So I slowly add the hair. We did take a break, but let me give you tip number 2 because we needed to go to the post office. So tip number 2 is to use human hair on the end. Always, I would suggest always using human hair on the end, and that is for longevity and also so you don't have much tangling and knots once the hair is cared for properly. So I've had many times I've used synthetic curls and it does get matty and it looks matte, literally it doesn't have a shine, and we don't want that. So if you have human hairs, all you have to do is wet it and use some curl activator. Tip number 3, always colour match your Expressions or your synthetic hair to the human hair for those who mix it. I know people mix it because it's more cost effective, but if you really want that natural flawless look, then please do invest in some good human hair for the hairstyle. Tip number 4, use a gel or edge control that agrees with the client's hair or your own hair, as it can be different depending on the hair texture, and it will give a fresh and sleek look. So for some clients I will use Shine and Jam, and for some clients I will use something a bit thicker like Gummy. In my sister's hair I used Gummy, but in straighter hair Shine and Jam works well. And the last tip, guys, make sure the amount of hair that you add to the plait matches the size of the parting. The bigger the braid, the more hair you're meant to add. So just make sure it matches and the partings and the braid looks good. You don't want a thin braid with a really big parting, it looks ridiculous. So yeah, just eyeball it and see what looks good. Guys, that is the end of my video. If you enjoyed, like and share. Mwah, love one. Hey.